Hello there, Leo and Leo Rising. This is KK Kimberly Knox, your astrologer. We're going to talk about the entire month of April, well into May. Big things are happening. Don't worry, you haven't missed much. We've just got started here with a brand new moon in Aries. Everyone feels that anyway. So something big is happening somewhere in your life. We're going to take a look at this. I like to do the charts out for you so you see what's happening. We don't miss anything. The outer planets move very slowly, so those stay for a longer period of time in certain sectors of your life to make big changes, okay? But the personal planets, which would be, of course, the sun and the moon, are luminaries. They move, they make a new moon, they make a new event every single month that unfolds. We've got Venus as a personal planet. It's our sister planet. It helps us to derive what we want in life, to attach love and value. And we have Mercury. This is our thinking that moves very quickly as well. And we have Mars. Mars is the planet that works with Venus to go get what we want. And there's some big things shaking up this month. So let's take a look. Leo, your ruler is the sun. Well, there's hardly a stronger sign than Leo's. Leo's is the strongest fire sign. It's a fixed fire sign. So fixed fire, think about that. It's not going anywhere and it's burning really hot. That is willpower. Tons of willpower, Leos, that you have to draw things out and to stick with things, okay? Aries is the sign that gets things going, but Leo, you keep things going. You are loyal, you attach to something, you attach to your idea. Sometimes you attach to your ego a little too much and you need to let that go. But that's why it's also good for you, Leo, because you are creative. I understand, I'm a Leo, I understand Leo. So I can talk to Leo in this way about the ego, but a pride, and sometimes wanting to do everything yourself. So, so it's very important for Leo children not to be criticized, because they will push down that creative energy because they're afraid to let it out. So you have to be careful of that. Leos need appreciation, attention, and affection, lots of it. We all do, but especially them, because they shine brighter like a plant when they're given that. All right, we need those things. Fixed fire. So we're going to talk about what your ruler, the sun, is doing. We're going to talk about where Mercury is retrograding and where the new moon was. So let's start out with the new moon that was on April the 7th. Well, the night before that, the sun, so sun and Pluto were coming to a first quarter square on April the 6th that evening. Some very powerful stuff for you and about where you want to go, kind of digesting this personal power so that you can go forward. Because when the sun and Pluto came together back in January, you planted this powerful seed of something that you want to bring forth. At the first quarter, you take a step to move out because you have the knowledge of this power that you want to bring forward. So on this 9th house is where the new moon was. The 9th house has to do with learning new things and traveling to long distances, taking a vacation somewhere, or dealing with something in a foreign area. But the 9th house is our philosophies and our thinking and our philosophies in life, and also learning long distance. It's education, new certifications that you're working on. I'm taking a course online right now. Perhaps you are too, or perhaps you're doing something that you want to improve yourself. This is a chance to improve yourself in the 9th house, because you're going to use it when the energy moves to the 10th house, and this is where you shine in your career. So, and this has been, this new moon is in a nice aspect, a trine. A trine is just moving, it's just great energy that's moving forward. And it's easy flowing energy, let's put it that way. So Saturn has been in your 5th house and it's now retrograde. So Saturn in the 5th house says you have to take responsibility for your creative efforts, what you're bringing forward in love and how you give love, and the relationships you're in. Are they relationships that are going to support who you are and the love that you want to receive? So these are some of the issues. Also, it's your children and your firstborn. So it's your child here. when Saturn goes retrograde, you get a little break. It's a little recess time, and that's nice. Mars has been there as well. So Mars is now going to go retrograde. So what you've been learning, what things you've been creating, going forward in like really fun ways, kind of expanding, because where Sagittarius is, that's the house that you want to expand and not be held back. Have the freedom to explore in new ways, just like Sagittarius rising. They want to explore and expand in new ways. They came here to get a broader experience. it's going to retrograde and go back into your 4th house. It's not done with Scorpio, but that's not going to happen right away. It's going to be at the end of May. I believe it's May the 27th when it goes back into Scorpio, and it starts taking notes of those things that Saturn was working on over the last 2.5 years. And you're going to have to pick up and kind of finish some things down there. We're trying to move on from things. And when Saturn goes through the bottom of your chart, you're starting over. You're restructuring your whole life. You've changed your homestead, possibly. You've changed a job. You had to move. Maybe you got a new interest, and now you're building on that, and you're moving forward. So Mars goes back to help you out. It also says, how are you giving your power away, and how are you taking action? When Mars goes retrograde, we can't push forward with the same aggressive energy that we have. It has to be a little bit more subdued. Of course, Mars in Sagittarius is not so, it's a little more benign. It's a mutable sign. It's a mutable fire, energetic, happy, optimistic sign. It's about learning new things. When it goes into Scorpio, it's much more biting and powerful. The full moon is coming up though on the 4th. The full moon's coming up in your 4th house. That's the house of home on April the 27th, which is a Friday. Venus is joining Uranus that day. We could have some sudden breakthroughs, or we could have some sudden attractions. And in your 9th house, if you're traveling, you might meet somebody new and exciting at that time. Or you, in a class that you're taking, you might meet someone if you're single, Leos. But it's about attaching to something that drives you and excites you. That's what Uranus is. It's breakthroughs. It's really like getting outside of the circle, and just really breaking out in new ways. So this is exciting in that regard. And Mercury is going to be going retrograde in, I didn't even put it up there. It's going to be going retrograde in your 10th house. So Mercury has been there now in Taurus, and you're thinking about what you have to offer and how you're shining. Leos, you're really seen as someone with a lot of talent out there in the world because of your 10th house is in Taurus. So on April the 28th all the way through May 22nd, you've got Mercury going retrograde. So it gives you information. You're picking up some information that you need to learn and to know so that you can make decisions. So things are going to be coming to you that you've been waiting on as well. So what have you been waiting on? What information have you been waiting on to help you make decisions? That's going to be coming. On May the 9th, you're going to get that aha moment. So let's back up, because when Mercury goes retrograde, it takes with it the last major aspect that it makes. First of all, it's going into its shadow on April the 14th. So you're going to have there's a little overlap before the 28th of this 2 weeks of when we kind of see some things that we're going to be seeing again. That's what its shadow means, because it gets it to the point that it's later going to go direct at. So it overlaps here because that's what the CEO of the chart, you're the sun, you're the CEO, it wants to know what it has to do to go forward and make good plans. So Mercury is going to support that on April the 17th, trining Pluto in your 6th house down here of health, work, routine, job. So there's going to be really something stunning and helpful in relation to how you're being seen in the world, your career, and the work that you're doing on a daily basis. Your routine, your health routine as well. It's very important. Pluto's been in there for quite a while, shaking that up. Leos, you're having to be really a lot healthier now, and that's a great thing. Leos don't mind. They're born with Capricorn on the 6th house. So they're quite fine with taking responsibility for their health. And they generally have attractive physiques as well. This is a Leo for you. And so let's look at what the sun is doing. The sun on April the 6th, like I said, it's squared, made a last square to Pluto. On April the 9th, the sun in Uranus. So this past Sunday, you could have been charged with this excitement of doing new things. I know I was checking on a lot of new things from farmers markets. I was getting stuff to make bone soup. I was all over the place. So April the 19th, you've got sun is going into the sign of Taurus. Now it's going into your 10th house. So something's going to be illuminating for your career zone. On May the 8th, we've got, is it May the 8th or May the 1st? Hold on, just let me check. can't read my own writing here. The sun is going to be, it's May the 1st, sorry. On May 1st, the sun is going to be sextile with Neptune. Okay, what does that mean? Neptune is your vision. Leos love this because Leos are very creative. Your vision, your ability to dream, to take all of that kind of high inspiration into where you're going. It's an opportunity that you're having there. And then on the 3rd, Sun trines Jupiter, and Jupiter's in your 2nd house right now. It's been giving you a lot of opportunity with cash flow, and that's important because if you're going to do something new, you need the cash flow to do it. So perhaps you've got the money to go back to school, things like that, or the money to travel or to go abroad if you're sourcing something new. Sun on the 7th, May 7th, Sun is going to be trining Pluto, also very strong, and that's between the 10th and the 6th house. So again, this is work related. On May the 9th, Sun and Mercury come together. So there'll be some big thing happening in your career around that time. Perhaps you have an idea of what you want to bring forth, and it just takes getting a little more information. May the 22nd, when Mercury goes direct. On let's see, May 22nd, we have Sun opposite Mars. So this is also extremely big. You're going to feel this from the 20th of May on. Your ruler, the Sun, opposing Mars. And this is going to be happening in, don't get into like fights with friendships here, because this is like 1 degree of Sag and 1 degree of Gemini. It gives you personal power though, and whatever you put your energy into last June, because it was June 14th last year when the Sun and Mars came together. When Mars goes retrograde, it's in its full phase. So you're you're getting some answers now of, okay, all this work that you've been doing, here it is. You've got some energy to go forward, but don't push out with the same aggression, or Leos can lash out too. It's a very mighty sign. So just understand that. Leo, you've got a lot of great stuff coming up. We've got the new moon here this month in the 9th. You've got the new moon coming up in your 10th. This is career time. This is to be, you're shining, you're out there, and you're being seen. So you're working on stuff. Make it work. Pluto's going retrograde, I said, as well. You've got some time to digest. And you may be working on things at home. When that full moon comes, you may be having a home business or things like that and working on. So Leos, go forward with the same strength and willpower that you always do, and have a fabulous month. I am grateful for all of you that subscribe to my channel, share my channel, and who reach out to me on Instagram if you'd like a daily inspirational message or to read what's going on a daily basis. Leave me some comments and I'm happy to answer them. Have a fabulous month.